Hey, one and all, welcome to this edition of Kitz Corner. Been a fantastic day so far. I know we're still in our temporary setup phase right now. Um, to be determined when we actually go back to having our regular lineup and stuff, but this is what we can do at the moment. So I want to talk about Don Lemon for a second, and what a perfect name for this guy, because anytime you see Don Lemon's reporting, it does give you that kind of sour taste in your mouth. And he kind of is like the Lemon of journalism, as you're about to see here. So Don Lemon, since being let go at CNN, going over to X to start his own kind of news show or interview show. I don't even know what he's really doing. Even though he says it's a dangerous platform, and Elon Musk is a traitor for buying the social media platform, allowing people to speak on this platform. Um, he has a show on it. Talk about the cutting the hypocrisy with a butcher knife. Like, that's just crazy that Don Lemon would still calls X a terrifying right-wing platform that he's now hosting a show on. But anyway, he did a few clips here where he's now going around the country discussing with people on whether they would vote for Donald Trump or Kamala Harris, being close to the election season. And he made his way to New Jersey, Atlantic City, and listen to what some of the people have, because this is actually going to shock Don Lemon, that he's thinking that, okay, I'm going to a typical blue state. I'm going to typical, Democrat haven. They're going to definitely say Kamala. They're going to definitely say just, I want a woman president. I want a badge in the White House. Nothing, controversial or critical about any of that. But this will surprise you.
We're here in Jersey, Atlantic City. Who do you support?
I plead the fifth.
Trump for the win.
Tell me why.
I can't really call that right now, but I just feel like she's not good for president. She's good vice, but not for the actual lead role for the country.
Does it have anything to do with being a woman?
No. No, because I feel like women, nah, you're not going to give me that.
Your money's on Harris.
Yeah.
I had to stop that there because that's kind of hilarious that the minute he asked that question, because Don Lemon was trying to use that as a setup. He's trying to use that as a gotcha for this guy to say, like, oh, you don't support women? You don't support a woman president? And the guy looks at Don Lemon and goes, yeah, I'm not going to give you that soundbite. I'm not going to give you the chance to refer to me, a black person, as a misogynist from another black person. Like, I'm not going to give you that. I'm not going to give you that opportunity to try to smack me down with some sort of misogynist claim. I'm not going to do that. Anyway, see the rest.
Who do you want?
Trump.
Why don't you like Harris?
She doesn't have any experience.
She's the vice president. She's a senator.
Yeah, no experience. No. She had no experience.
Well, I want Donald Trump. I just feel we need somebody that has a stronger background with the military and the world in general.
She was a prosecutor and an attorney general and a senator and a vice president. You're in a gambling town. Who's your money on?
I'm going to support the Democratic Party, but, Trump looked like he got it in the bag right now.
4 years ago, it was a lot better. I made a lot more money than I do now.
I know you feel that way, but that's not actually what the record shows. The economy is actually better under Biden. No, I'm serious.
Don Lemon. Holy crap. I can't believe. You go to these people, you ask them who to support, they give you their honest answer. This guy is sharing his personal experience under, Donald Trump and having better finances than currently right now under Joe Biden, Kamala Harris. And Don Lemon has the ability to counteract that and pounce on that, say, no, you weren't better off. No. Statistically, Kamala had the better economy record. Kamala had the better economy record. This is the guy's personal finances. And you're going to counteract that. You're going to counterdict his personal finances. I felt personally I had better financial stability under Trump. No, you didn't. How would you know, Don Lemon? You don't know this guy. You don't. The fact that he's walking away laughing is the highlight of this. He's walking away laughing. And I'm sure if Don Lemon ever approached me somewhere trying to do some sort of soundbite for this, I would do the same. I'll walk off laughing, thinking how hysterical this is, that this is a supposed journalist contradicting a regular citizen and saying that, no, you weren't better off. You weren't better off. Statistically, you weren't. Well, he just told you his personal finances, not the economical stance, which, by the way, I'm going to show you later on how the guy that's walking away laughing at Don Lemon was actually the correct one in this. But regardless of that, this is about his personal finances. This is not about the economy or trade or anything national. This is just him in his personal finances. And Don Lemon is contradicting this. Like, it's just so stupid.
That's what the facts show.
CNN?
Okay, you know what?
No, that's not because I watch CNN. Trump or Harris? Trump.
And the guy comes back with, this is because you watch CNN. He's like, no, I don't watch CNN. No, Don Lemon was from CNN. He didn't have to watch it. He was part of it. He was part of it. And then he left to do an even more grotesque show on X, the same platform for years. He is called out as a right-wing conspiracy nutcase platform, that he wanted Elon Musk to censor more people. This is who Don Lemon is. This is why he is the lemon. He is the lemon of journalism. He gives the sour taste of journalism in your mouth. That you have you're so out of touch stupid that you are going to contradict someone's personal finances just so you can tell them to support Kamala Harris. Wow. Let's see the rest of this.
That's who's going to win.
That's who's going to win.
Who you support?
I support Trump. All the people that came to this country legally, it's not fair that they're letting all 10,000 to 15,000 people or 20,000 people here illegally. Have you seen San Diego? Yeah. They're coming off the boats, off the water right here, off the ocean. Did you know Biden was flying them in? Did you know Biden was flying them in? You didn't know that?
What do you Canadians think about what's going on here?
We think you're all nuts. We're just watching from afar and just enjoying the show.
I got to get out of it.
Good job for the Canadian, my brother. Respect. And then, let's see. I'm going to go back on this.
Didn't know that.
What do you Canadians think about what's going on here?
We think you're all nuts. We're just watching from afar and just enjoying the show.
I got to get out of Atlantic City. Where are we going to next?
So that's Don Lemon, folks. Don Lemon was not expecting this. Don Lemon, again, I'm pretty sure he thought that, okay, New Jersey, pretty safe, blue no matter whose states, just like New York, just like California. We're pretty safe here. I mean, they voted Democrat many times before, and I think, things are going to turn around. I think we're going to go over there and everyone's going to vote Kamala. Wait, what? You're all Trumpers. What do you mean? Do you not like women? Are you what's this about? Like, do you not care about things? And it turns out Don Lemon is the one that doesn't care about things. Don Lemon was going over there to get sound bites of people endorsing Kamala Harris and really got a full lesson on what is actually happening in people's lives and why people, again, this is just like 2016, that the reason why people gambled on a game show host, regardless of who how you feel about Donald Trump and his rhetoric and his personality and his persona. I was not a fan of him. I'm, kind of iffy on him. I'm on the fence now, but I know for a long time since I've known him, I was not a fan of his. But I understood why people gambled on him and voted for him into office, because they knew that going through the same trek of an establishment kook that, was in bed with the CIA, was in bed with Wall Street, has pandered to the billionaire donor class, has screwed over the American working class. People were fed up with this. People were so fed up with the system that screwed them 9 ways to Sunday that they needed something. They needed the wrench. Donald Trump is kind of like that rusted wrench that people throw into the machine to clog the gears so that things would actually appear. That, there would actually be momentum into exposing the ugliness of the establishment, the ugliness of the system. And that's what Donald Trump did. He is the cancer cold sore that really opened up how grotesque the entire process, the entire democratic institution of America, the entire system, how it screwed over America as a whole. And Don Lemon has no idea about it, because Don Lemon was, for such a long time, part of that establishment, and still continues to be, even though he's apparently this outsider now on this edgy platform, because people are talking about crazy shit over here. So, remember I said that that guy that was walking away saying that you're ridiculous, for saying that Kamala Harris had a better economic record? Well, here's proof of that for Don Lemon's case, because this is a poll here. It says real median household income in the United States. This is from 2022. So this is like a trending graph to show, like, kind of on average, the typical household income. Now, I don't know if this is, I don't know exactly where they, calculated this, or who they surveyed, or how the polling is done. Because I can tell you off the bat, like, even this graph here where it says 2019, the average income was 78,000 or over 78,000. That's kind of a bit high considering a lot of people's economic stance, considering the fact that the economy has not been great since 2008. So I don't know exactly where they're getting this data from. This doesn't seem like it's representing the entirety of America, but maybe a portion of it. So, but 2019, over 78,000 was the household income, according to this survey from Fred, which I've never heard of the site, but I'm going with this data. And here's that same survey updated to 2022. So that was 2019, over 78,000. And now that number in 2022 has decreased. So over 78,000 to just under 75,000 in 2022. And that's the real median household income in the United States. So it goes to show you that, that man that was laughing at Don Lemon for that reason, because Don Lemon doesn't have the actual facts to prove his point. He didn't really even have a point, Don Lemon had, but all the evidence, all these statistics show against Don Lemon saying that Kamala Harris had a better record. Because here we are right now, and even just take an example of right now situation. Grocery prices are insane. People can't afford rent. Homelessness is an outbreak. We're sending billions and billions of more dollars overseas for outrageous war that will never cease to end, because, as Julian Assange always reminds us, the point of these wars, the point of funding these wars, is to keep it going. because they don't want the wars to end. They don't want peace to break out. They don't want stability. They don't want people to be safe because war is part of their, pastime. War is part of their profiteering. If we get people riled up, angered enough to violently attack each other, then we can laugh ourselves to the bank. All that combined, and the fact that cost of living and everything has gone up through inflation, and yet salary wages and typical has not increased. It has been stagnant for over a decade. It has completely been stagnant over a decade. So that alone proves the point that the same old establishment going through that motion again, trying to, when people were riled up about Hillary Clinton, nobody was influenced by that. Nobody was, pandering to the people that were supportive of Hillary Clinton were already, people that just didn't care, people that didn't care about stuff like this. They just wanted to see female president. They saw Hillary Clinton's name. They're like, oh, she's got experience because she had all these lovely positions in politics. But yet they never knew exactly what she did in those positions. Just like how, Don Lemon is saying about, well, she's the vice president. She was a senator. She was a prosecutor. Do you know what she did as a prosecutor? No. Don Lemon doesn't know what she did as a prosecutor. I know what she did. Other people know what she did because they've read her history and saw how outrageously horrible it is, that she lied to people, that she invoked harsher prison sentences, sent people to death row that had innocent crime, covered up evidence to please the private prison industry complex so they can have free slaves. Like, it's insane. It's insane. And this is the time we live in right now where general people like myself and you guys have the ability to understand more about the situation than someone like Don Lemon, because Don Lemon could not care less. Don Lemon couldn't care less if it was Trump or Kamala Harris. He'd rather have Kamala Harris because it makes the world seem more pretty. But does Don Lemon actually care about working class finances? Does Don Lemon actually care about grocery prices? Does Don Lemon actually, support notions to actually fix the economy for middle class Americans? I doubt it. Hardly doubt it. And this is also interesting too that I pulled up. So this is from the 538 pollster done by that and ABC News, and this is back. This is back in June. So before Kamala was announced as the nominee, this is when Biden was still kind of, still trying to run for 2024. This was, I'm not sure if this is after the debate or before the debate, but look at the polling here. Biden and Trump were neck and neck. Biden's at 40%, Trump at 41%, and Robert F. Kennedy Jr. is at 7%. Again, I don't think Don Lemon realized what he was going to get into when he thought, oh, I'm just going to go to Jersey, a typical blue state, and then realized the people there actually know a thing or two. They know how they got screwed over by the blues. They know that they're going to get screwed over by the establishment, both Democrat and Republican. And, Trump, yes, he does. It's like Buckley's. It tastes awful. But you know what? It kind of worked for us. I think that's what people, that's the whole, even Bernie Sanders voters, when, Bernie Sanders endorsed Hillary Clinton back in 2016 because he wouldn't spill the beans about him being cheated by the Democratic Party. He wasn't going to do that because he didn't want to lose his cushy job, which is why he's such a fraud today. They went towards Trump. They didn't go for Hillary Clinton. They either went to Trump or they went to Jill Stein. Because they knew how the establishment was going to completely throw them under the bus, completely annihilate them, and they're still continuing to do so. And Don Lemon has no idea about this because Don Lemon is a lemon. He is a complete buffoon going over there to just get cheap sound bites to say, look, Jersey City is in for Kamala. Yay! Female power. And not realize that people actually know a thing or two. That they're not dumb, they're not complacent, they're not just going to comply like, the squish army that's at the DNC right now. They're holding up signs and chanting, chanting marketing slogans that they don't even understand. These are actual people that know a thing or two because they lived in times where right now it is struggling for them, and under Trump, and they've seen the comparison. This people don't. I know it's the United States of amnesia that people tend to forget what goes on every election cycle, but there's a lot of people out there that know what happened before and what's happening now, and they can't go down this road. So statistically, Don Lemon just proved himself an idiot once again, but Don Lemon's still going to continue to do this, and I'm sure he's going to probably say on his X platform that, well, yeah, we got some Trump supporters there, but everybody is for Kamala. Everybody's still for Kamala. And the people that I interviewed there, well, one guy, I'm pretty sure is a misogynist, because why didn't he vote for a woman? Just proving the point that top mainstream stenographers, I can't even call them journalists at this point, top mainstream stenographers really don't have any placement or any understanding of what goes on a typical every single day. It's not like the 50s where your top journalists were working class men and women that lived in the suburbs with, factory workers and teachers. These are multimillionaires that live in their penthouses up top of Central Park, and they go their jobs, they go for an hour a day, and then they go back to their penthouse, and then they go party with their friends. They don't know what goes on a daily basis, and this is proof of it.